This is Jarrod Horak for the RunawayHorse.com. Welcome to my latest Kentucky Derby 2022 points race. And in this series, I've covered 22 races. My top choices have 7 wins, 6 seconds, and a third. I just covered the Fountain of Youth and the Gotham Stakes in my last video. Now I'm going to cover the San Felipe and then a points race from Turfway Park in this video. And then in my next video, I'm going to cover, just go rolling through the 4 Oaks points races. So now we're going to dive into the analysis of this one, and as I said, I'm going to do the San Felipe, and then stay tuned at the end of this video. I'm going to give out a bonus top selection from the John Battaglia Memorial, 10 points to the winner for the Kentucky Derby at Turfway Park. And in this video, the 6th race from Santa Anita Park, it's the Grade 2 $400,000 San Felipe Stakes for 3-year-olds, a mile and a 16th on the main track. Scheduled post time 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is part of my full card analysis from Santa Anita. If you're interested in that, head on over to the runawayhorse.com. On my sales page, you will find my Santa Anita full cards, 11 race full card for Big Cap Day, and I'm going to cover a bunch of stakes races from Gulfstream as part of that full card as well. In this San Felipe, number 1 is Happy Jack. He is 8-1 morning line. I thought he ran well in his debut for Doug O'Neill. 6 furlongs, rallied from off the pace to win nicely. And then they brought him back a couple weeks later in the Robert Lewis Stakes. Messier ran off the screen that day. Cabo Spirit was clearly second best. No one else really got involved there. Messier won by 15. It was 7 lanes back to the show finisher. It was a 5-horse field, and Happy Jack trailed throughout. So now he has better race spacing, his 3rd career start from that inside post, removing blinkers. If he can get a bit of pace help, I think he can at least hit the board in here. Worse read Sanchez for trainer Doug O'Neill, 20-1 morning line. This one's a Calbred. He's done better since they added blinkers in his last couple starts. He broke his maiden on turf at 1 mile against State Bred Company in January. And then last time he missed by a nose in an optional claiming State Bred race at 1 mile and an 1/8 on turf. So now he's moving back to the main track. He seems to be up against it from a class standpoint. Number 3, Armagnac for trainer Bob Baffert. This one was 3rd in his debut. At 6.5 furlongs on a good track. He had a troubled start that day, and then he was just well clear of the rest in 3rd. Then they stretched him out in distance last time. He controlled the pace, and he won easily by a bit more than 2 lengths. It was 10 lengths back to the show finisher, and that show finisher did break the maiden next time out in New York for his new trainer, Bill Mott. So this one should attend the pace. John Velasquez, Bob Baffert, good stats together, and he has a bullet workout for this. Number 4, Beautiful Art, 12-1 morning line for Simon Callahan. This one really improved second time out when he dropped from a maiden special weight to a maiden 200,000. And in that 6 furlong race last time, he stuck the pace from the inside post. He won by almost 5 lengths and earned a much better speed rating. So Mike Smith is going to ride here, and he's probably going to end up stalking the pace as he stretches out in distance. Doppelganger, he's 9-5 for trainer Bob Baffert. Flavien Prat is going to be aboard. 6 furlong debut, he won that one easily from off the pace from the inside post at Los Alamitos. That was a visually impressive score. And then because of that score, and he was at 1-2 that day, they made him the heavy favorite in the San Vicente Stakes, a Grade 2 at 7 furlongs last time. Now, I did not pick him on top in the San Vicente because heading into that race, he wasn't training well. And my top choice in there, actually Pinehurst ended up running 2nd and then coming back and winning the Grade 3 Saudi Derby. Forbidden Kingdom wired the field that day. He's in here. Doppelganger was an even 4th, beaten a bit less than 3 lengths. So now, 2nd start after a layoff, stretching out in distance. I like that 2 sprints to a route angle. And also, he's training much better. He has 3 consecutive bullet workouts for this. So he's training better, he's stretching out in distance, he's bred to go this far. He should probably be stalking the pace within hailing distance of the leaders, and he might be able to reel them in. Forbidden Kingdom is the one to catch. He's 8-5 morning line for Richard Mandela. Juan Hernandez is going to ride back. He was aboard for all of his starts. He showed ability as a 2-year-old. He won his debut at 5.5 furlongs going wire to wire. They tried him in a turf sprint second time out, the Speakeasy Stakes. He was 3rd there in a 6-horse field after battling on the lead. And then in the Bob Hope Stakes, Messier won that one. Forbidden Kingdom was 2nd there. And he set the pace. He just couldn't keep going with Messier. Messier won that one easily. So then he made his 3-year-old debut in the San Vicente. From the inside post, he went straight to the lead, and he was able to have be clear throughout there, and he won by a bit more than 2 lengths. No doubt he was best that day. As I said, runner-up Pinehurst, next out winner in the Saudi Derby, and he's going to get out there most likely, and the lead's his if he wants it. He's got the best pace ratings. He's going to get out there and set the pace. It's just a question of, can he slow it down? Is he going to be able to distribute his energy in a fashion that will allow him to get 2 turns? And if he can get out there and relax on the lead, he could easily go all the way. 7 Cabo Spirit, he was switching to the main track. He was 18-1 in that Messier race, and he just chased Messier. The closers didn't make up any ground. It was only a 5-horse field, and he was second best. Nowhere near the winner. The winner was 15 lengths ahead. He was 7 lengths clear of the rest, though. Not a bad effort, but I think he's going to have to run much better here. He's got that outside post. He's going to be stalking wide. There's some promising runners in this field. So here will be my top 3 in this race. I'm going to make Happy Jack my 3rd choice. He's a long shot in here. I just think he can go much better. That's not even indicative of his ability that last race. He just never got involved with, like I said, better spacing, second route start, inside post, removing blinkers. I think he can at least get a piece of this. My second choice will be Forbidden Kingdom. He is the one to catch, and if he is able to relax on the lead, he could be tough to catch, but I'm hoping that Doppelganger can turn the tables on him. He was highly regarded. Obviously, he looked really good in his debut. He was flat second time out, but he didn't run horribly. He was gaining late, and I think that now, second start after a layoff, first start around 2 turns after 2 sprint races under his belt with 3 bullet workouts, I'm expecting a much better effort from Doppelganger with Flavien Prat in the irons. So Doppelganger will be my top choice in the San Felipe. Now, my bonus pick in here, we're going to do the 5th race from Turfway Park, the John Battaglia Memorial. This one's for Saturday, March 5th. This race is a $125,000 purse. 3-year-olds, a mile and a 16th on the all-weather surface, and the post time is 8:14 p.m. Eastern Time. So we have a late post here. This one is 10 points for the winner, whereas the San Felipe, 50 points for the winner. But do remember that Bob Baffert horses are not eligible to earn Derby points, so if he does win that San Felipe, he won't get the Derby points. But in this John Battaglia Memorial, it's a puzzling race. It does look tough. There's so many different horses could win. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a big upset. There seems to be some pace in this race. I'm going to go with a horse, hopefully, that can rally from off the pace and get the job done. And that's the 4 Stolen Base for trainer Mike Maker. Mike Maker's solid stats at Turfway Park. Gerardo Corrales is going to ride, leading rider at Turfway. He has 55 wins. He's winning at a 24% rate. This horse has a nice late kick. He won his debut at Saratoga, actually stalking the pace last year. And then he was second in an optional claiming turf race in his 3rd start, because they tried him in the Saratoga Special and he was nowhere. And then they stretched him out on turf, and then he had some success. He was second in that optional claimer I just mentioned at Kentucky Downs. He was second in the Grade 2 Bourbon at Keeneland, rallying from 11th. He was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. He finished 7th of 13. And then he was in Texas Turf Mile last time at Houston, and he rallied from last place to finish 3rd. Second start after a layoff. He's got a nice late kick, and I'm thinking if the pace does heat up in here, Stolen Base can rumble past all of them and get the job done. So Stolen Base will be my top choice in the John Battaglia Memorial. Again, my full cards at Santa Anita Park, runawayhorse.com on my sales page. If you're interested in my Kentucky Derby blogs, I just updated it, updated point standings. I have stakes recaps from the points races, and then my exceptional 11 Derby contenders. You can find that latest blog at therunawayhorse.com on my Kentucky Derby 2022 page. And that will wrap up this video, and I'll be back and I'm going to take a quick look at the 4 Kentucky Oaks points races this week. And until I do that, good luck at the races.